Hello everyone, this is Lois J. Rodriguez from the Savoring Motherhood blog, and I'm so thrilled to be joining you on this beautiful, beautiful Mother's Day. As a foster and adoptive mom, being a mother can mean a lot of different things. It is sometimes, and for me, a bittersweet day, a beautifully sweet day because of the 4 boys that I call my own. But it can be a bitter day as I think about the moms that gave birth to these boys, who I can only imagine today are wondering how they're doing. So I thought I'd read an excerpt to you from my book. This is the chapter that talks about adoption from foster care and starts out with a little bit of a rundown of what the termination of parental rights means. I wanted to share this with you because within this section of the chapter, I am actually speaking a message to the moms of my boys. Whether they will ever hear this or not does not make the message any less heartfelt. The termination of parental rights must first occur before a child in foster care is available for adoption. Let's not minimize the magnitude of what happens in a TPR determination. I've sat in court and listened to proceedings as the parents' sins are described and discussed, and they are held accountable, with their loss of their children being the consequence. It breaks you knowing that a person who shares the title of mother with you, the one who had given birth to children, is no longer allowed to call them her own. There are times when some have cheered at TPR when crimes against children are so heinous. We have no problem applauding what has been taken from these people. But in other cases, when it is a parent whose deck was stacked against them from the beginning, the heartbreak is very, very real. I write this section with tears, and I truly, truly did. Tears streaming down my face as I wonder how I would feel once the mistakes of my life had caught up with me and the weight of my decisions and their consequences had settled deep into my heart. How would I survive knowing my children, my babies, were somewhere that I couldn't get to, couldn't know about, couldn't heal over? I sat in the courtroom as rights were terminated for 3 boys who would one day become our sons. I journaled that day, although words on paper weren't necessary. It is a moment in time that I starkly remember. Here is my journal entry from that day. Our fosters had a big court date today, and the weight of that ruling weighs heavy on my heart. A man and a woman who conceived children, gave birth to them, and should have had the awe-inspiring responsibility and joy of raising them, were cut off permanently from their offspring. We often only see the ugly need to remove children and the beautiful sacrifice of those who take them in, but behind the scenes, lives are being wrenched apart as tough decisions are made in courtrooms that will have ripple effects through families for generations to come. I suspect that this young woman will spend many nights wondering about these boys. Where are they? Does someone remember that my oldest loves his blanket tucked up under his chin before sleep? Is my middle boy in a home that understands his sensitive side? Does the youngest of my boys still scrunch up his nose to make others laugh while he smiles for the camera? This young woman, who has had the title of mom stripped from her, whether I feel she deserves it or not, will have a lifetime of repercussions because of decisions she is making now. So I pray for her, that either today or years down the road, when the burden of her decisions weighs so heavy on her mother's heart, that a still small voice will whisper in her ear, "Your boys are safe and loved." TPR is heavy and wrenching and shouldn't ever, ever happen. Yet in the world today, many people do things they should never, ever do. As I sat in that courtroom, as I was called to the stand to share about these boys, I knew the emotional turmoil that I was to be a part of. Dear mothers who have lost your children in the past, you are met with compassion from this mother who holds the babies you once called your own. Today, I love your sons for both of us. As I share in their joys and heartbreaks, and hope you can find peace in the decisions of the past. As birth mother to the boys I now call my sons, I thank you for giving them life. Happy Mother's Day to all, from the mothers who have given up so much and the mothers who have gained so much. May you be blessed, and may you know, if you are out there and one of the mothers from one of my boys, I thank you for giving them life.